Starting to come into a little bit of a deeper breath. Just starting to settle and arrive. And if it feels comfortable and safe to do so, you can allow the eyes to close. If it doesn't, for any reason, you can just take a soft gaze out in front. That's always fine. I'm just starting to connect to this portion of the day, carving out this little space of time for yourself and for one another. Trying as best you can to hold the mind right here, setting aside all the things that have already happened in the day. And as best you can, trying not to rush forward into what's coming next. And we'll start by turning the awareness to the physical body. Just starting to become aware of the seat below you, the air around you. Coming into awareness of all of your edges. Where do you end and the air begins? And starting to feel the spine stacking tall over the pelvis. Gently allowing the shoulders to relax away from the ears. A slight tuck of the chin so that the back of the neck is long. There's a little reach out to the crown of the head. So that the whole of the back body is awake and alive, but without strain. And starting now with a gentle inventory of the physical body. Starting to take note as you go, any areas that already feel open, wide, spacious. And any areas that feel a little less so. Maybe even some areas that feel like they're holding on to tension that you don't need. Perhaps between the eyebrows, around the cheeks or the jaw, the neck or the shoulders, maybe the belly, maybe even the hands and the feet. And as you uncover any of those places, seeing if you can send a few extra rounds of breaths right there. Next, moving your attention to your emotional body, your mood this evening. As always, moving gently with yourself here. There's all sorts of things that can come up when we ask ourselves how we're doing. But just knowing that all you have to do is just bear witness. Be present with what's coming in, but know that it's all okay. Trying to meet what you find with curiosity instead of judgment. Now starting to gently float your attention to the mind itself, the activity, the rhythm of your thoughts. Maybe the mind still feels quite busy from the day, jumping around from thing to thing. Maybe it's had time to settle a bit. It's moving a bit more slowly. And just noticing what's moving for you. And trying to see if you can become aware of the thoughts as they enter, acknowledge and track them, but then allow them to go on their way without getting too attached to any one thought for any particular length of time. Starting to move your attention to your breath, noticing the rhythm, the depth, the cadence, maybe the temperature, noticing the quality of the breath. Does it feel smooth or choppy, full and round, or maybe a little shallow? Is it coming in quickly or slowly? Does it feel easier to inhale or easier to exhale? Noticing the path that the breath wants to take within the body. Where does it want to travel first? Where does it seem to struggle a bit to reach? As we prepare to sit for just a few moments longer together, I'll offer a seed for our practice. In honor of it being Teacher Appreciation Week, we'll think of our theme of the teacher itself. Sometimes it can be quite easy to identify who we view as a teacher or what we view as a teacher. But sometimes teachers can arise in really unexpected places, unexpected ways. We might learn something that we didn't expect. We also ourselves are teachers for ourselves and for those around us. So for these next few moments of quiet breath together, inviting you to bring to mind one teacher that has been impactful for you in recent time. It could be a person, it could be a pet, it could be a plant, maybe an event or a place. Anything that bubbles up for you is great. And taking a few rounds of quiet breath, filling up with that image of your teacher on the inhale and sending it out as if we could give that gift to each other on the exhale. A few moments together here. Taking just a few last breaths, holding on to your teacher and allowing that to come with you through the rest of practice. And as we prepare to emerge from this quiet space and begin to move, just starting to notice your breath once again, starting to notice your physical body once again. Come back to your edges. And as you feel ready, if the eyes were closed, you can allow them to blink open. And if you just had a soft gaze, you can sharpen it out. And then we'll start just nice and gently with some shoulder rolls up and back. Smooth and steady here. Just waking the body up nice and slowly. Keeping the breath smooth and steady. And coming into the elbows, starting to trace circles with the tips of the elbow points. Starting to wake up through the shoulder blades now. Feeling them move and glide across the back as you move your arms. And then as you're ready, extending those circles out to the full arm. Big sweeping motions up and back. Starting to come alive to the fingers. Maybe one or two more full times around here. And as you feel ready, coming to a halt in this big wide V shape up here to the top, just filling up with air. And then from here, starting to bring the hands a little bit closer together, taking care with your shoulders. They don't have to come very narrow, but a little more than they were. And then inhaling to turn the palms to face away from you. And then exhaling to bend the elbows. Maybe now the palms touch over the crown of the head. And then as you like, tucking in the belly a little, maybe those hands slide back over the head just to your degree, just opening up a little bit in the shoulders. We're just getting started. So just respect your arms here. One more big breath. And then gently exhaling, hands to your heart. And then we'll knit the fingers together and we'll take those figure 8 shapes with the knuckles now. We're just tracing in the air, warming up through the wrists and the forearms a little bit here. And once that direction feels pretty comfortable, seeing if you can scramble your brain and go the other way. We're working out the cobwebs here. And then gently shaking out the hands, and then we'll make our way towards hands and knees on the mat. So scooting anything you might have been sitting on off to the side. And if you know you might want your blocks, you might just position them towards the top of the mat now, just within striking distance. If you'd like to pad your knees, that's completely fine. Use anything that you need. But as always, as we come towards this hands and knees shape, starting to play around here. Any movement that is calling to you for these first few rounds of breath. Maybe there's spine waves that want to happen, or maybe some figure 8s around the hip and the pelvis. Maybe you want to bend one elbow at a time, getting into the shoulder blades. You might even want to stretch out one leg at a time. Anything that would help your body come alive here. Working out the kinks of the day. Erasing the keyboard if that's where you are at. Just a few more rounds here. Keeping the breath smooth and steady. Maybe one or two more full breaths. And then gently coming into some stillness here. But then starting to come lighter on the fingertips. And then you'll start to walk your hands back towards your knees, enough so that then you can stand up on your knees. So we're in this little sort of tall kneeling position. Yes, it's a little bit of a different beginning for those of you who normally practice together here. We're going to go through what's called a Pranam practice. This is an offering practice, and it was first introduced to me by one of my dear teachers. So I thought we would use it to honor our teachers this week. So there's two options. And the first will take us all the way down towards the belly. For some of us, that is not going to be an option. That is great right now. So for you at that time, instead of coming all the way down, you'll keep your hips above your knees and you'll just walk your hands out in front as far as you feel comfortable coming down. Maybe you stay right here in this version of puppy pose. Maybe the head wants to come down towards the floor. Any of those options is just fine. So when we're all the way on the earth, you'll be in that little extended position. Okay, and then we'll all start together. So here we go. We'll take an arm circle, sweeping the arms out and up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands to your heart. And then starting to walk it forward. Hands come to the mat, taking your exhale, either coming into that puppy pose, or if you're able, coming all the way down to the belly. Hands will meet over the crown of the head. Head comes towards the mat. My forehead is not on the earth only because it kills my audio. Your forehead can be down. We take one breath on the earth. And then inhaling to rise, walking the hands back. If you're all the way on the earth, hands come under the shoulders, pushing back up towards hands and knees, and then walking the hands back, standing up on the knees as we inhale the arms out and overhead, and then exhale, hands to your heart. Well, that's one round. We're going to take two more like this, and then I'll give you the option for the other set. So here we go. Inhaling the arms out and up towards the sky. Exhaling, hands to your heart, and then start to take it forward. Using that exhale, either coming to that puppy pose or all the way down to the belly. Hands meet over the crown of the head. One full breath, allowing the earth to hold you. And then inhale, start to walk it back. Hands come under the shoulders, pushing back to hands and knees, and then keep on going. Inhaling to stand up on the knees as the arms come out and up towards the sky. And then exhaling, hands to your heart. Good. One more round like this. Inhaling to take the arms out and around. Exhaling, hands to the heart, and then walk it forward. Either puppy pose or all the way down to the earth. Hands meet over the crown of the head if you're all the way down. One breath here in your rest. And then inhale to rise, walking back up, pushing yourself towards hands and knees. This time, as you walk the hands towards the knees, tuck the toes under. Start to lift the hips so that you're standing towards the back of the mat. Knees can stay really bent, but then we'll inhale the arms out and up as you come to full standing. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Yes, made it. All right. Then we'll take 3 full rounds this direction. Now here we go. Inhaling the arms out and around towards the sky. Exhaling, hands come to your heart. Start to hinge forward at the hips. Hands come toward the mat. Knees come down towards the mat. And then again, you walk out either to that puppy pose or all the way down to the belly. Hands meet over the crown of the head. One resting breath here. And then inhale, we rise. Hands under the shoulders. Walking back towards hands and knees, and then the hands keep traveling. Connect the heels to the earth. Once you can stand in the feet, inhale the arms out and around towards the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Here we go. Inhaling the arms out and up to the sky. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Hinge at the hips. Hands come toward the earth as you bend your knees. Knees connect to the earth, and then walking out either puppy pose or full prostration all the way on the earth. Hands come to rest over the crown of the head, holding here one breath. And then inhale to emerge, hands under the shoulders, pushing back hands and knees, and keep going towards the back of the mat. Heels connect to the earth. Get the weight centered, and then inhale your way all the way to standing. Arms sweep. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more, y'all. Here we go. Inhaling the arms out and around. Exhaling towards your heart. Hinge forward at the hips. Hands find the earth, knees find the earth. Walk out towards puppy or all the way to the mat. Hands reach over the crown of the head. Taking a full breath here on the earth. And then inhale, hands under the shoulders. Rising, pushing the hands back towards the back of the mat. Connect the heels to the earth. Push into the feet. Climb the arms out and up on the inhale. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Very nice, y'all. From here, just take a little stroll towards the top of your mat. We'll be taking a moment just to connect to the feet on the earth. Feeling the weight even between the ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe, and the heel. Taking a moment to arrive right here. And then gently sweeping the arms out and around on the inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart, hinging forward. This time, just connecting the palms to the earth, bending the knees as you like. And then either deciding, stepping back to downward facing dog, or stepping one knee down at a time, coming back into your quadruped. Either way is fine. If you're in your downward facing dog, taking a moment to really inhabit it here. Taking a moment to pedal the feet back and forth. Playing with the distance between your hands and your feet if you like. Yep, taking your tail for a walk, that's fine too. Very nice. As you start to feel comfortable in the shape, you can find a little bit of stillness there. Knees can stay bent as you like, no problem. Especially if the hamstrings feel a little shorter today, having the knees bent will help you get the hips up towards the sky. Yes, that's great. And then from here, deciding, we'll either ripple forward to your high plank if you're in your down dog, or if you prefer to ripple towards your half plank, you can set the knees down and ripple from here. Either way, we'll do it on the inhale. If you're standing, you'll come high up on the toes. And then everyone coiling through the belly, take the whole inhale, rippling the spine forward as if you're coming up and over something. Head comes out last, holding for a full breath, either in your full plank or in your full half plank. And then on your next exhale, everyone setting the knees down. And then walking so that the hands are right underneath the shoulders. Knees are right underneath the hips. And then one arm at a time, setting the forearms down on the earth. Hips stay high, forearms finding the earth. Palms come back together. So you're making a little triangle shape with your arms, much like we did in that overhead stretch earlier. From here, pressing the forearms powerfully into the earth. So there's a lot of strength through the arms here. Head and neck on vacation, all the work is in the arms. You could stay right here with this, or if you like, on the inhale, starting to reach the nose forward, nose coming towards your hands, and then exhale to push it back, take the pressure off. If you're moving, we'll take twice more. Inhaling to come forward, nose comes over the hands, and then exhale, push your hands into the mat as you start to come back. One more time, inhaling forward, start to take the weight into the arms as the face comes forward. And then exhale, push away, staying right here for a breath. Then gently unwind the fingers, plant the hands, coming back to your hands and knees. Taking an inhale here, and then untuck the toes. Exhale the hips all the way to the sky, coming back into your downward facing dog. Just for a breath this time. Inhale to bend the knees and look forward, and then take a walk to the top of the mat. Planting the feet as you arrive, and then swimming the arms out and up on the inhale, and exhaling, hands to your heart. Very nice, y'all. Okay, from here, taking a big step back with the left foot to the back of the mat. So coming into your high lunge legs here. And taking as much time as you like to spread the feet apart so that you feel like you're really balanced and settled here in your high lunge legs. As you feel steady in the legs, then inhale the arms up towards the sky, coming into that full position here. Smooth, steady breath. One more round. And then on the exhale, opening out to the side, coming into your warrior two. So taking a moment to check yourself here. That right knee is right over the right ankle and also tracking straight over the toes, not falling in or out. Back toes are in at a little bit of an angle, back leg strong and straight. Lots of weight through the outer edge of that left foot. A little attention in the low belly, hips are on that little bias. Strength through the shoulder blades, but head and neck relax. One more round of breath here. And then on your inhale, flip the right palm to face the sky. And then start to sweep that right arm up overhead, coming into your reverse. Left hand can float on the left leg, or it can tuck behind your back here. We're not staying a super long time right now, but just taking a few moments to enjoy this space. And then inhale back towards your warrior two. On the exhale, starting to tuck the right forearm on top of the right thigh, sweeping that left arm overhead, coming towards your side angle pose here. Again, not the longest hold that we've ever done in this pose, but just enough to arrive here, taking some of the weight out of the right side of the neck. And inhaling back up towards your warrior two. Those look nice, y'all. And then flipping the palm on the inhale, sweep it up and back, come back into your reverse. As you reverse, see that that right knee is still bent. Sometimes we like to pop out. See if you can keep it a little bit more bent there. And then inhaling back to your warrior two. This time on the exhale, maybe same lower arm position, but maybe now that right hand reaches towards somewhere on that right shin. Left arm still reaching overhead. So maybe that right arm is a little bit lower now. This is also a great time if you'd like to use a block. You can place that right hand on a block, turning the chest open towards the left. And then on the inhale, float your way back up towards your warrior two. We've got one more time. I know that right leg is talking too. Inhale to flip the right palm up. Sweep it up and back. Come into your reverse. And allow there to be a lot of weight in the left foot so that maybe you can bend that right knee a little bit more. Then inhale back out to your warrior two. Last time. Exhale into your side angle. Maybe now those right fingers reach towards the earth. Left arm still reaching over the left ear. Still always possible, if you don't throw your block away like I just did, to have your hand on the block. Breathing smooth and steady here. Chest starting to roll open towards the sky. And then inhale to come back up to your warrior two. And then here it is. Exhale to straighten through that right leg. That should feel pretty nice now. Bringing the hands together at the heart. And then turning all 10 toes to face the front edge of the mat, the long edge of the mat. And then taking a moment to check that the feet are in one line, toes tucked in a little bit here. So your toes are inside. Taking a deep breath here. On your exhale, starting to hinge forward at the hips. Maybe coming down, spine parallel to the earth. Maybe starting to take your blocks in front of you. Or maybe starting to fold all the way forward, hands coming towards the earth. Any of those options is just fine. And choose the one that feels the best for you. Yes, those look great. If the hands are on the earth or on the blocks, maybe allowing the elbows to soften a little, maybe shaking the head a little bit from side to side, just to make sure you know you're not clenching in the upper neck. One more smooth, steady breath here. And then use the inhale to come up halfway. Hands come back under the chest. And then your next inhale sends you up all the way vertical. And then just turn the left toes out to face the left side of the mat. Tuck the right toes in at that little bit of an angle. And then on your inhale, bend into the left knee, open the arms. So you're coming into your warrior two on the second side. Yes, yeah, got it. Taking a moment just to settle in here, checking the alignment on this side. Left knee now right over the left ankle, and kneecap pointing straight out in front of you, aiming over that second and third toe. Right leg strong and straight, lots of weight now through that outer edge of the right foot. Little attention in the low belly, hips out of bias here. Smooth breath, one more round. And here we go. Flipping the left palm to face up. And then sweeping that left arm up and back. Come towards your reverse. Once again, that right hand can be on the right leg or wrapped behind the low back, whatever is more comfortable for you. And then inhaling back up, warrior two. And then first round of side angle on the exhale, left forearm finding the left thigh, right arm reaching over that right ear. Smooth, steady breath here. It's always fine to stay with this arm shape, even in the later versions, especially if it means you can turn your chest open a little bit more. If you find that taking the hand down starts to make the chest come towards the earth, then just take it a little higher. And then from here, inhaling back out towards that warrior two, holding for a beat. And then inhale to flip the left palm, sweep that left arm up and back, coming into your reverse. Just a breath this time. Inhaling back out, warrior two. And then exhale towards that side angle. Left hand maybe now reaching somewhere near your calf or shin. Right arm reaching overhead. Again, you can use the block option. That's fine as well. Maybe take it on the tallest setting for this round. Smooth breath. And then inhale back, warrior two. Last time. Inhale, flip the left palm, sweep it up and back overhead. Right arm finding somewhere to land. Checking in with that left knee. If it got away from you, maybe see if you can rebend it. Inhaling back out, warrior two. And then last time, exhaling in towards your side angle. Block. Other way of block. Maybe fingers towards the floor. Whatever allows you to turn the chest. Smooth, steady breath. Lots of energy through that right arm. One more round. And then inhale all the way back up, warrior two. Here we go. Exhale, straighten through that left leg. Fold the hands together at the heart. And then turn all 10 toes to face the front of the mat again. Coming in now to that second little position where the toes are slightly towards one another. And then we'll take that fold one more time. Inhale the spine long. Exhale to hinge forward at your hips. Again, maybe bringing the hands to the mat. Maybe bringing the hands towards the blocks. If you have your hands on the blocks or on the earth, either way, you'll start to tip some weight towards your hands, allowing your hands to take a little bit of the pressure so that the heels feel lighter. Maybe so light that you even lift the heels. Just seeing what that feels like. If it feels like too much, you can put the heels down, no problem. But just starting to feel comfortable with taking a little bit of weight through the arms. Slow, steady breath here. And gently allow the heels to land if they were lifted. And then on the inhale, come up halfway. Hands come underneath the chest. Inhale to fully stand. And then toe heel the feet all the way back together. And then we'll take one more little walk towards the top of the mat. Yes, very nice, y'all. Okay, from here, Sweeping the arms out and around on the inhale. Exhaling, hands to your heart, hinge forward at the hips. Once again, you choose. Hands come to the mat, then either stepping back to downward facing dog or putting one knee down at a time for hands and knees. Wherever you're going, go there now. Then hold for a breath once you arrive. If you're on your hands and knees, you'll ripple forward to half plank. If you're in your down dog, you'll ripple forward to full plank. We'll start together on the inhale, coiling in through the low belly, low spine, middle spine, upper spine. Head and eyes come out last. You're either in that full plank or in your full half plank. Yes, scoop the belly in even more, especially if you're in your full plank. Yes, that's it. Got it. And then everyone gently lower the knees down to the earth. And then start to walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, especially if you're in your half plank. And then we'll take that same little shape with the forearms. So putting one forearm and then the other forearm on the earth. Clasping the hands together so you're back in that triangle shape with the arms in front of you. Pushing the hands into the mat. Two options this round. You can stay right here pushing in. You can take those little rocks. Or, well, three options. Look who's not good at math today. Three options. Your third one, take a quick stand with your toes. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, really push down through the arms. See if you can lift the knees just a couple inches. So you're in like baby dolphin pose here. We're not grown-up dolphins yet. If you're here, see if you can start to bring your ears in between your arm bones. Holding steady wherever you are. One or two more full breaths. And if you're lifted, gently release the head, release the knees to the earth. And then everyone coming back up tall onto your hands and knees, maybe even bending the elbows a couple of times. Just releasing that. Noticing if you felt a lot of pressure in your neck, especially if the knees were lifted. If you did, then as we practice again a little bit later, really push the forearms into the mat. That will help. But from here, we'll all find a little bit of stillness. And then pushing the arms into the mat, kickstand your toes. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale, up we go. Coming back to downward facing dog. And then on the inhale, looking forward, bend the knees and take a little walk back to the top of the mat. Push the feet strongly into the mat so you can swim the arms out and up on the inhale. And then exhale, hands to your heart. And just for a moment here, come back into that sensation of the grounding in the feet. Maybe if it feels comfortable, you can allow the eyes to close. If it doesn't, you can just soften and gaze out a little bit ahead. It's starting to pull back into your mind the image of the teacher that you came up with in the first portion of practice. Recentering, drawing your strength and inspiration from whatever it was that you pictured. And allowing that to carry you through the rest of practice. And as if we could share it with each other, pretending that we were all in the same place. And if the eyes were closed, gently blinking them open. You're just sharpening your gaze. And then releasing the hands to the sides. And then on the inhale, bringing both arms up towards the sky. So you look like a long pencil shape here. And then exhale to turn the palms to face the front of the room like we did in the beginning. And then bending through the elbows, once again, maybe touching the hands together. Taking note when you're standing, if it feels different than when you were sitting. Maybe you've noticed that you have a really bendy back and your tush wants to stick out like that. As you start to move the hands back, that might get even more. See if you can pull the belly in a little. And then holding that, maybe then the hands come a little bit farther away from you. Yes, yeah, stretching through the shoulders. One more big breath. And then exhale, hands back to your heart. And then we'll take a gentle couple of steps coming towards a wall or door in your space, coming so that the right side of you is near that support. And then releasing the hands to the sides. On your inhale, moving your right hand in front, palm is going to face you. You're going to inhale to take that arm up overhead. Once it reaches its highest point on the exhale, you'll flip your palm to face the door and then finish the circle, moving that arm behind you and around towards the floor. And we'll take that together. So inhaling to reach the arm up, palm facing you. When it gets overhead, exhale, flip the palm and then start to trace that circle behind you. We'll take twice more. Inhaling up, palm facing you. Exhale, flip the palm in the center, complete your circle. If you find that as you complete the circle, the body wants to really turn towards the door, take one step towards your left, so a little farther away. And we'll take one more. Inhaling that arm up. At the top, turn the palm to face away and complete that circle on the exhale behind you. And then shake that shoulder out. And then you'll turn so that the left side of you is now facing your wall. I'm going to stay this way so that you can see my arm and I can see you, but we'll pretend I have an imaginary wall here. We'll take 4 times around on this arm. So we'll inhale, take that left arm forward, palm facing you. When you come to the top, then on the exhale, flip the palm away from you and trace your circle all the way back down. Smooth, steady breath. Inhale to take the arm up, palm faces you. At the top, flip the palm, exhale, sweep it all the way back and around. Keep a little attention in the belly. Inhale to take it up, palm towards you. Exhale, flip the palm, complete the circle behind. One more time. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, flip the palm, complete the circle behind you. Good, and then shake that shoulder out. You might have found different things on each side. That's fine, normal in fact. Now you'll turn yourself so that you're facing right at your wall. And you'll place your hands on the wall in front of you. I'm going to keep showing you from the side. You won't be able to see too well either. Then you'll take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to start to walk your hips away from the wall. Hands are going to press into the wall. And you come down as far as is comfortable for you, aiming to get your ears in line with your upper arms. That may not be possible for some shoulders. That's okay. That's just where you're aiming. If the hamstrings are making it difficult to stay, you can bend the knees a little. You'll just be working a little bit of power in the legs as well, which is totally fine. We'll take one more smooth, steady breath here. These look great though. Powerful press of the hands into the wall. One more breath, that's it. Good. And then use your inhale to help you come up, starting to lift the head and then walk yourself back towards the wall until you feel like you can safely release the arms. Then shake your arms out and around as you make your way towards the top of your mat. So one more little thing to play with here. So we're heading back towards the earth. So we'll ground through the feet. And then on the inhale, sweep the arms out and around towards the sky. Exhale, hands through the midline. Bending forward at your hips, hands come to the earth. Same choices, either coming one knee down at a time towards hands and knees, or stepping one foot back at a time towards your downward facing dog. Here's your last plank ripple, either from hands and knees to half plank, or from down dog to full plank. Let's take it on the inhale. Start to swim it forward. So we're not in any hurry here. It's going to take the full inhale to come out. Emerging at the top, holding for a full breath here. Yep. And gently allowing the knees to find the earth. And then this time, just sitting back, either in your tall kneel or sitting back on the heels, whatever is more comfortable, so that you can take a quick peek up here. We're going to head towards full dolphin now. So I'm going to give you just a few options, and then we'll try it all together. So you could play with any of the previous options. Those are always on the menu. And that would look like coming down, placing the hands together, either doing those little rocks forward or coming into that partial dolphin, which was looking sort of like this. If this partial dolphin is feeling pretty good, then you could start to really push through the hands and start to really lift through the hips. It's okay to keep the knees a little bit bent here, particularly if you do it on downward facing dog. You might even walk the feet a little bit closer. As you're in that shape, you're still aiming for the ears to be in line with the upper arms. So we don't want to push too much past that. Then we start to drop into the shoulder joint. So a lot of integrity through the shoulder. So we want to really push through the arms so we also don't take a lot of pressure on the neck. And if you're in either of those lifted positions, the head is completely free. So the head is not on the ground at any point. So we'll try one round like that, and then I'll give you even one more option for the second time. So come forward. I'm going to watch y'all. So either forearms down on the mat in that triangle. I'm pushing through. And if you're going for it, you can lift the hips up. Very nice, Teresa. Good position there. Yes, Vince, there you go. That's it. See if you can allow your head to come between your arms. Yes. Really push your arms into the mat. Lift up out of your neck. Yes, there you go. That was it. Good. Yeah, Teresa looks beautiful. Really nice. One more smooth breath. Those of you off video, I am rooting for you. And gently exhale to come out wherever you are. Drop the knees to the ground. And then either come just for a moment into a little mini child's pose, or you can stay on the forearms. Head can come towards your hands, or you can lift your hands and rest your head, or rest your head on a block. But just so that you're able to take some relaxing breaths here. Take some weight off of the arms. And then we'll have one more chance to play with our dolphin. And speaking of teachers, right, this pose, I believe, is an excellent teacher. It's all about endurance and patience and acceptance, really. Not everyone's shoulders are the same. Not everyone's hamstrings are the same. And that's okay. Okay, we'll give it one more breath in your rest. And then starting to come forward and just come into a position where you can take a peek up here one more time. All of those options and entry pathways still on the menu. If you would like to try coming into your dolphin from your downward facing dog, you could also try that. That would look like this. You're here already having the back part of you in the same shape that you'll need for your dolphin. Then you'll gently lower one forearm, then the other forearm to the ground, hook your hands, and then just bring your head and your chest into that dolphin position. Lots of lift through the arms still. It's just a different pathway in. You might like one better than the other. So choose your option. Inhale to get ready, and exhale, up you go. Yes, Teresa, good. There you are. Good. And if you'd like to try, look forward one form at a time. Hook your hips together. Nice. Yeah, you can walk the feet closer. Yeah, head is looking good there. Yes, Vince, really nice. See if you can give one last push through your forearms here. Really lifting those shoulder blades onto the body. Yep. Beautiful, y'all. And then gently exhale your way down, look forward and let the knees come down. And then once again, either full child's or modified child's, but just allowing the breath to be calm. This time, if you're in your full child, you might choose to wrap the hands towards the feet. Sometimes that can feel good after we've done quite a bit of shoulder work. You can decide what feels best for you. Yep. Yep, you can change your mind at any time. Keeping the breath smooth and steady here. Go one more breath on your rest. And as you're ready, gently pulling your way back up towards hands and knees. And then just taking the feet to one side and the hips to the other so you can come and sit down. And then we'll just take a gentle cross-legged position here in front. And any version of that that feels good to you is fine. You can always also sit up on a block, that's fine too. Well, we'll just take a simple seated twist here. So we'll inhale both arms up to the sky. And then exhale to tip over towards your left hand finding your right knee, right hand finding somewhere to land on the mat. Yeah. Every inhale, taking the spine a little taller. Every exhale, if you like, deepening a little bit into the twist. Maybe adding the head over the right shoulder, but you don't have to do that. Just if your neck is happy. Very nice. Good. Smooth, steady breath. And then on the next inhale, unfurl your way back towards center. Lift both arms up to the sky. And then on the exhale, turn the body towards the right hand finding your left knee, left hand finding behind you. Using that left hand on the mat maybe to help you sit up a little bit taller. And then on the exhale, you can start to twist a little deeper if it feels good to you. Maybe adding the head over the left shoulder now, but maybe not. And gently inhaling your way back out. Just one last big V up here to receive all that the practice has brought us. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Now we're going to start to make our way towards Shavasana. So if you're coming all the way to the mat, you'll stretch both legs out in front of you. If you're taking an alternate shape, you may start to take it now. Get yourself settled. If you're coming down, then you'll inhale to stretch the arms parallel towards the earth, flex the feet towards you, and then use the power of your belly to coil down towards the earth, one vertebra at a time, smooth and steady. And then once you land on the earth, then you'll inhale both arms up overhead, now maybe pointing the toes. Get a big stretch through the whole body here. Allowing the breath to expand the rib cage out to the sides, melting into the earth. And then gently exhale the hands on either side of the body. And then choosing one last movement. You could choose to bend one foot, in one knee and putting the other knee flat, and then scoop both knees into the chest. Maybe hugging around outside, maybe holding the hamstring. You could also choose to take happy baby if you like, taking the knees out towards the shoulders and moving the hands towards the lateral borders of the feet, picking the feet up towards the sky. Either of those is a good option after the work we did today. So choose your own adventure there. A few more rounds of breath. If you're already ready to melt into the floor, that's good too. If you're not there already, you can start to make your way towards your final rest. Choosing someplace comfortable for your hands to land. Some position that allows the head of the arm bones to be heavy on the earth. And letting go of any conscious control of the breath or the body now. Just allowing yourself to surrender to rest. And I will let the sound of my voice fade away for a few moments. And then I'll call you back together. If you are happy and cozy where you are and you'd like to stay, please stay. If you're ready to come back, then you'll start by slowly wiggling your fingers and your toes, gradually in your own timing, making your movements a bit larger, closer to your center. If you are all the way on the earth, making your way to one side for a moment. And as we feel ready, making our way back up to comfortable sitting, but maybe still with the eyes closed or just a soft gaze. Something that allows you to keep the attention internal for just a few more breaths. And finding some place comfortable for your hands to land, maybe in your lap, maybe folded in front of the chest, maybe one hand on your heart, the other on top, or something else you choose. But taking these last few breaths together to recognize that we are always both student and teacher. We both receive and give, and that we can find those teaching moments both to ourselves and others in so many different places if we just keep our eyes open. As always, I thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice together with each other and with me. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Go hug a teacher. Well, safely with your mask on, I suppose. At any rate, we'll see you soon. Namaste. All right, y'all.